Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this April the 4th, 2025, nightly cryptocurrency and XRP blockchain technology, along with the gold and silver bullion update. Bell notification, comment down below, like the channel, and share to get that truth, trust, education, and information that we're bringing back into the cryptocurrency sphere. And you, the audience, are the most important part of us building this community, building this knowledge and information, and spreading and promoting and forcing change in the crypto sphere to trustful, truthful education and information into the sphere. And you can do that by just hitting that subscribe button and following and sharing and promoting this page to help change this and to give you guys the best possible opportunities to invest, accumulate, and etc. Let's see if we have any news here. The stock market had its worst day since the pandemic. Keep hope alive. Blah 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 blah. Donald Trump launched a major new phase in trade war, and part of the first mover truth and information that you get on this station. Watch the two videos prior. I went in depth about the tariffs and what my stances are on those and how I believe that it affects this country. Uh, in this Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged 9.3% in 2 days and fell into correction territory, down over 10%. A correction is when a stock goes down 5, 10, 15, and approaching 20%. By the end of Friday, the S&P fell 9.1% on the week, its worst drop since March 2020 at 5,074. The index is down 17% from its high within spitting distance of a bear market, which is 20%. Investors have tended to take the Trump seriously, but not literally. The president's literal statement are worth following, however, because he's the only one who can stop the selling. He chose not on Friday amid hopes he would back down and reduce the tariff rate. He sent the following message: my policies will never change. Never is a long time, so let's focus on the weeks ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Some stocks still seem to be trading as if the tariffs won't be fully implemented. General Motors stock, for instance, is still up over the past week, but markets do at least seem to appreciate the danger they are in, especially if a recession occurs. Whether one can be avoided is the key, determining whether this is short-lived sell-off or a route that takes the market deep into bear market territory. Since 1950, there have been 56 pullbacks of 10% or more. 12 months after those corrections, stocks were higher 49 times. Out of the 7 times they failed to rebound, 6 of them came during a recession, according to Truitt's advisor service. A recession seemingly seemed relatively unlikely before the tariffs, according to most economics, but the odds are have been creeped higher. The average economic survey by Bloomberg at the end of March saw 30% chance of recession in the next 12 months, up 20% from the start of the year. JP Morgan said late on Thursday that they now see a 60% chance of a global and US recession, noting that the direct impact of what looks like cumulative 20 point rise in US tariff rates this year would be the largest tax increase on US households and businesses since the Revenue Act of 1968, which preceded the 69-70 recession. The note had a not too subtle title: There Will Be Blood. So that's something that's very important. That's why we were talking about tariffs yesterday, or earlier in this video today and yesterday. We haven't been talking about it as much as we should, but we have mentioned it in the past when he was running and what we thought tariffs would do. Um, if you look at the Bitcoin price, and that could be setting up to hit in the cryptocurrency market for a big, as the scaring moves on, even though crypto was ahead of the stock market in the sell-off, this might help promote these downside targets that we have, where we've been forecasting for 3 months now. And you can watch any video of the last 3 months. And that's the first mover advantage. And if you want to be a first mover with the truth and education, you can simply just become a member of Jabroni Killers by going to my page, somebody's going to talk and we're going to have to get rid of them, hit that join button for $3.99 a month. It's the best value on YouTube or in the sphere to support a channel to help spread and force truth, trust, education, and information. Hit that subscribe button, or it's down right there at Jabroni Killers in the video description and the pinned comment. But we've been talking about, and you would know, and my followers know, and are not surprised and are prepared for everything that's going on. We dropped this pattern 3 months ago in early to mid January. And now we're trading down the right side of the head. In any of the videos the last 3 months, you will see that exact thing. I have not erased it. I have not moved it. Then we forecasted a bear's cross. And in the next few days, we're going to get the bear's cross where, or the golden bear's cross. We already had a bear's cross when the 50 got below the 100-day moving average, and now that's going to get below the 200-day moving average. And along with the tariff news and this, the markets being scared, when the markets get scared, the markets sell off like they are. But one thing we've learned with crypto and its history, when the major indexes and the Dow Jones get scared and sell off, Bitcoin and crypto will sell off 5 to 10 times harder. If the stock market goes down 20%, crypto will go down 80%. Right. And I think this is timing up beautifully for us, not only in the immediate short term, hit this $74,000, $73,000 target that we've been telling you we're going to hit. There could be a slight reactionary technical bounce there. And then in the short term, the next month, maybe two, maybe sooner, it could drive us down to that neckline target of $58,000. And then if we progress into the late spring and early summer, and these tariffs are still going, and we're in bear market, and we're officially in bear markets in the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P, that could be the catalyst by then for the right shoulder to break down and actually give us a technical target down here at 32,366.05. And that would fit into the overall thesis that we've been giving you for the Bitcoin price ever since we were in mid-January and we were forming that double top. We drew out this and we see no reason. And now with the existential news, we feel like this is on track and very, very likely and plausible, right? Bitcoin dominance today posted another green candle for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It looks like days in a row. 10 days in a row, 11 days in a row there. And we're sitting at current price at about 62.8% dominance. And when Bitcoin dominance is rising, the altcoins fall. And the altcoins, as in XLM, come on, you got the first mover advantage and the value when you're saying, why do I want to be a member of Jabroni Killers? Why should I help spread the word and join by subscribing to this channel? The value is just like we showed you the Bitcoin, we showed you the XLM with the first mover advantage out ahead of all the social media and mainstream insiders and influencers in the sphere, what was going on. Let's get a color that we can see. Uh, Darker orange, there we go. When we just made that high of 63 cents right here, and again, you can go back there to the end of November, the first week of December, on that first retracement and rounding the bottom and on the way back up, we told you the local high was in and we were short to medium term bearish. And we started putting targets out there where we said we were going to have a bearish cross where the 50 was going to go below the 100-day when we were way back here. And then you can see right there, it did it. Then we also told you there would be a golden bears cross where the short-term moving average gets below the 200. We're only a few days away from that actually happening. We told you when we were up there at 58, 60 cents, consolidating in that first uh, downturn, that the lower targets and the moving averages would be hit. And at the time, the 200-day was down at about 20 cents. Then it came up and we put down this target of 25 cents where the moving average was, and we said we were going to come down there. We did. We double bottomed, and we've been telling you this whole way down on any of these little rallies. This was the bigger rally where we had that manipulated news come out. We told you it was a fake rally. It was a false signal to the market on a precise and executed time. We still do not care if you're ad free and what you're selling. Do not want to buy you. That the price was going to continue to come down. That we were going to 18 cents, followed by a decent rally from a technical major level. But we would eventually get knocked down by these overhead moving averages continuing to trend down, and we were going to come all the way down to 14 cents. And we've been telling you this. We were out ahead of the field, the rest of the YouTubers and the mainstream, until it got rejected here didn't really understand that the price was going down, and they kept promoting the higher prices while we kept promoting in the short to medium term, which we're currently in now. As you can see, we're over here now, that the price was, at least in the short to medium term, was coming down to some lower targets, and there would be great buying opportunities if you haven't got in, to not FOMO in up here at 63, 55, 52, 50 cents, because there would be better buying opportunities at the very least down between the 14 and 20 cents. And now we're clearing the 25.5 cents. We're going to be at 18 cents, and we're going to be at 14 cents. And the value there is, that was a much better buying opportunity than all the newbies that were getting FOMO'd in by any time they clicked crypto video or XRP or altcoins. They were all saying their bull market was a super bull market again, just like all the other times, to get them to buy in and the FOMO in, playing on their non-education and information that they didn't have, to FOMO in, playing on their emotions. And you could have saved right now 59%. When this target hits, you would have it for 70% cheaper by waiting 3 or 4 months. And when this target inevitably hits, that's a 77.69% a better value buy than not just getting onto YouTube as a newbie or somebody that follows it, seeing the hype train on every station you were watching in here to buy with the news that was out. You already have won where you're at now if you just bought now, but you can become even bigger winners and better buying opportunities by just being patient and understanding what's going on. And that's the value that we give you here. We give it to you straight, like Shooter McGavin, J, right? XRP is the same thing. We are flirting and trying with its desperate last life to stay above the neckline at 209 right there again, in that purple circle up there, coming off the 340 local high slash maybe all-time high, that we got short to medium term bearish on this coin now, and we drew out this head and shoulders first mover advantage, only one in crypto sphere that was promoting, just like the Bitcoin, just like the XLM, just like here in the XRP, that what the pattern was, where we thought it was going in the medium term, which was down here at a technical level, when we were only in that purple circle. Anything to the right of that dot, come here, program director is talking. He's saying he agrees with the channel, and he says you should support the channel by subscribing and sharing and commenting and liking to help us push through the YouTube algorithm. As you can see, we were right there, and everything to the right of that uh, indecisive uh, red candle, it didn't exist yet. And we drew this pattern out for you. And now it fulfilled it beautifully. And the rest of the sphere, just like we told you would happen, didn't catch on until right here, and then got missed signals every time there was a slight rally, because they didn't understand where the market was. We were out here telling you the truth with trust, with the information, and a super simple and easy way to understand it. Up there in that purple small circle, said we were in this head and shoulders. We were going to eventually have a bearish cross, which we're about to. The 50 is finally in the next couple of days going to officially cross the 100-day moving average. And then we will have a golden bearish cross where that 50 not only gets below the 100, but gets below the 200-day, as the 200-day is going to turn down. That we were going to break down out of this neckline, and we were going to have a technical target down to $1.29. And I think we're going to be vindicated. We would be the first mover, because we told you first. You can't find a crypto guy out there that told you, no matter if they have one subscriber or millions of subscribers, that right there coming off that 340 high, I was the only station going short to medium term bearish, because I could see the topping out pattern with the volume, with the news, with the sentiment, and what I was seeing, that this was going to turn around. And for the last 3 months, we've remained the same. We've said there would be better buying opportunities in your favorite coins, and there have been. And I think XRP will have that technical breakdown, and the tariffs are only reinforcing my beliefs, as it's shaky and making the market scared, which they overreact more so in crypto when they get scared. And then there's great buying opportunities to accumulate, to buy for your first time, or to just sit back because you already bought in the last bear market and just enjoy the ride, knowing there will be greener pastures in the future coming off of these tariff scares when it eventually turns around. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow. Jay. Still don't want to buy you Trading View.